We believe that the organic policy of ensuring outdoor access to organic egg-laying hens should be enforced by the USDA because it will benefit the organic industry in the long run. If the cage-free policy is passed, the loopholes found in the current organic regulations will be closed, and the factory farms will no longer meet organic qualifications. Therefore, consumer confidence levels will be maintained, and it will justify spending more money on a truly organic product. By enforcing the organic policy and ensuring outdoor access for egg-laying hens, farms will have to upgrade their facilities. This initial upgrade will cost the industry up to $30 million. Due to the cost to upgrade to be able to produce, prices of certified organic eggs will rise 21 to 50 cents per dozen. Producers should expect to see a long-term gain in revenue of up to $50 million.
The cost curve displayed on the right is the cost of production of 1 dozen eggs before the organic policy is enacted. After the organic policy is enforced, the cost of production for 1 dozen eggs will increase, as shown on the graph on the right. The change in the cost curve will then affect the market and cause a shift in supply. The graph on the left shows the market supply and demand curve prior to the change in policy, and on the right shows the leftward shift in the supply curve. Since the supply curve shifts left, the demand also decreases and moves to the left to form a new equilibrium point. The three present supply shifters are the number of sellers, prices of factors of production, and returns from alternative activities. The number of sellers are likely to dramatically decrease because of the increased cost of production. The adjustments that would be necessary for the farms to comply with the organic policy would be too expensive. Therefore, it would drive nearly half of the egg industry out of the organic market. The producers that cannot afford to comply with the new organic policy would convert to inorganic egg production, which would cause a return to alternate activity shifter. Inorganic egg production would increase because there are more producers, but the organic egg industry would have fewer producers, which would cause a shift to the left in the supply curve. In order to maintain the new policy, egg producers will have an increase in cost of production because the expenses of the specific organic feed and outdoor space will increase. Due to these factors, there would be a decrease in supply that would cause the supply graph to shift to the left and ultimately cause a lower quantity demanded.
Here we see a graph of the shift explained in the previous slide, and also we see how the shift in supply can affect the demand curve. And although there is movement, leftward movement in the demand curve, the equilibrium point moves up because of the shift in supply. In this slide, we are pulling most of the concepts that we've gone over thus far and observing the implications that the policy shift for organic egg laying hens has on the individual firms, as well as the choices that the individual firms make on the market as a whole. The blue lines spanning across the graphs represent the market price. The bottom line is pre-policy market price, and on top we can see the market price after the policy shift. As you can see, the firms that choose to stay in the organic egg laying market can fetch a much higher price per dozen. However, they must deal with a higher marginal cost and cost of production because of the new policy measures. Furthermore, the increased emphasis in the U.S. market for organic produce would give the firms that choose to stay a customer base that is willing to spend money to allow them to expand and grow after the primary shock that the policy change would bring to the production market. However, it does seem counterintuitive that they would produce more if the supply and demand both shift to the left, but this can be explained by the fact that firms leaving the organic egg market will have created a vacuum where the firms left in the organic egg market would need to produce more to satisfy this new customer demand.